All right, in this video, we are going to go over how to set up your 529 account. Now, this is one of the more, I'm going to use the word unique accounts to set up, primarily because every state has different rules, regulations, laws, tax benefits, tax ramifications, which makes this a little bit more complicated. I could try to do a video that covered all 50 states, and the 1% that would be different in each state would just drive everyone insane. So I'm going to show you a couple ways to find 529 accounts in your state, but then I'm also going to show you where we have our 529 account set up, which is a broker that covers all 50 states to help simplify things. And then we're going to walk through a little bit about how to select the funds that your money goes into, and talk a little bit about expense ratios and the cost of 529 accounts, because they are significantly greater than, say, a brokerage account, but the advantages outweigh the costs. So let's start here. First things first, we're on Google. You can type in 529 account and then any state, California, Florida, Texas, whatever state you're in. I'm going to type in Ohio. Now, a lot of states have state-sponsored programs or partnerships. A lot of times you'll find out that they're through BlackRock. That's not a good or a bad thing. That make things easy. So let's look at Ohio 529 plan called College Advantage, and you'll see it's right here on the ohio.gov website. If nothing else, this should give you some breath of confidence that if it's a state-sponsored program, they have no involvement in the setup or the funding or decision-making, but they've worked with a partner to simplify things for you, the end user, in order to get an account set up. So Ohio 529 mutual fund plan. You can go through some of the information that's on here. You can see like this one, I believe, yes, is a BlackRock program. Again, not good or bad. They're one of the largest financial institutions in the world. Open a direct 529 account. Every platform that you could possibly open up an account on is going to guide you through the account opening process. There are really no tricky questions here. It's what's your name, what's your address, social security number, who's the account for, what's their social security number. They then may go into some investment style questions, or at the very least the year at which your kids are going to go to college, which helps start to set up the funding side of things. You'll then either make a wire transfer, send in a check, set up direct deposit, set up recurring investments, and we'll talk about all of that here in just a minute. Simple enough. This is for my child. Yes, I have an investment selection. Review your personal plan. I'd like to select an investment now. Go to plan selection. I want to start the application. We'll choose an investment later. Kind of like that one. And I'm not going to go all the way through this, but new account owners, first name, last name, email, phone number. And again, it's guided. It's step by step. Now, this isn't me saying that the Ohio 529 plan is the right choice for someone in Ohio. It's not me saying it's the wrong choice. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to talk about the choice that my wife and I made for our children. So we decided through our financial planner to go with the Capital Group and American Funds. There's a couple reasons for that. One, we have a lot of our business-oriented retirement accounts through Capital Group. We have some of our personal investment accounts, non-business, through Capital Group. And the more account types you have and the more money you have with one institution, the lower the costs are across all of those accounts. So I talked to you about how a 529 account may carry a higher front-end fee. In some cases, depending on the investment class that you pick, you may see as much as a 5% front-end fee on deposits. Now that number comes down to 4%, 3%, 2.3% once you have a couple different accounts with them. You're pre-buying the tax advantage of having a 529 account. So it was advantageous for us to go with the Capital Group. We know the American Funds portfolio. It's a big part of our retirement planning. So nice, quick, and easy for us to set up a 529 account here. Now, if you look over on the right, You can see here Virginia 529. So if you live in Virginia, this is like the BlackRock is in Ohio. Every state has one of those. I'm just going to scroll down. So financial professionals and education savers from all 50 states are using the College America to save for education. So I picked, not only is this the one that we use, but I thought that I would pick this as well for the course because I know that your state is covered. Now, there's a lot of education on these websites, but again, we want to go into, first off, they're going to have you plan. They've got a great calculator here, so we can say, let's go Claire, student's age, she is 5, college starting at 18, years in college 4, annual cost, what's your annual college inflation rate, portion of cost you plan to fund, total investment, we're at 42,000. Ongoing contribution, we want to do 500 a month. Hypothetical annual growth rate. Now I'm going to show you why I can increase this to 10 with confidence. And this calculator, let's see here, projected college costs you plan to fund, surplus. Costs not funded by you, surplus. This is the projected savings balance based on calculator inputs. So this would say that projected college costs will be able to cover when she starts in 2036. Now, let's go into, we're not going to go into perspectives and summaries yet. When it comes to creating accounts with American Funds, this is the financial professional login side. Looking for client accounts, access your American Funds accounts. Now, forgot IDs, sign up for a Vision ID password, access new account applications. All of these links are below the video to make it nice and easy for you, but I'm just kind of walking you through the process. And I want to double check. Yeah, we are on share screen. Okay. Whew. Simple IRA. Let's see here. I think search 529. Oops. Thinking, all right. Payroll deduction, information, college target date series, share. Let's see. These are all different kinds of fact sheets. That is not what we need. You must log into Oracle. Okay. We're going to want to go and we're going to register for full site access. You're going to put in your email and you're going to start registration. Once you've registered and you're in the account, you'll be able to choose through all of the different style of investment accounts. So we're going to do the College America 529 plan. And just like on any other platform, you just answer the questions. There's usually an option to either select your investment strategy during the application process or to wait after the account is set up. I always recommend waiting and just getting the account set up, talking about funding methods, making sure you've worked with your coach inside of the Raising Millionaires program so that you know what your monthly budget should be, and then walk through the setup process. And if you run into any problems while you're filling out the forms to set up an account, you can always go back to your coach to make sure that you get those things taken care of, or you can reach directly out to me. They're very straightforward: name, address, social security number, usually target date. But now let's get into the investment side. So we're going to give you a link here to the different funds that are available to 529 accounts. Maybe just make sure American Funds, let's see, 62 funds, share class. All right. American Funds tax aware. No, we're not worried about that. I'm just making sure I'm on the right place. Okay. So growth and income, bonds, tax exempt, money market, portfolio series, retirement target dates. I want to make sure we're on the 529 accounts. I see the one that we want at NAV monthly. I thought I had this up. Investments, 529 plans. American Funds Portfolio Series. Individual and 529 accounts. Okay, so I was at the right place. These are the different classes of shares that you can use. We're going to stick with Class A for now. I'll explain that in a moment. But now we can go back here. Let's make sure that we are 529, Class A. Perfect. Growth and income, equity, balanced bond, money market, portfolio series, and then college target date. Okay, this is a mistake that individuals make. It would be easy to default directly to, like, Claire starts college in 2036. Why wouldn't I want to do that? So we're on the annualized returns page that says that the overall annual return on this fund since it started in 2018 has been 5.16%. Now, that's not going to get us to where we're going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recommend you look through here and you can see some of these funds. So this has returned 10% annually since 1975. That's pretty good. Now I look past, let me go back, the last 15 years, and where did we go? Over the last 15 years, none of these numbers have really hit 10%. So that would lead me to believe that in the last 15 years that it has underperformed its historical index. So I'm going to go back up 11.82. This one is pretty nice. The Investment Company of America, growth and income, 11.82% since 1934. It's one of their oldest funds. And over the last 15 years, most 5-year buckets are well above that 5%, like 16%. Now, the one that I personally chose, and I'm not a financial planner, this is not financial advice, I can basically only tell you what it is that I've done, is this fund right here, the American Cap Fund. It closely mimics the S&P 500, which if you've watched any of our other trainings or videos, you know that's what we're always looking for. It's got an 11% return on an annualized basis over the last 15 years. It's really, really close over the last 5 years. Now you got to remember we had a pandemic in the middle of that. The returns are pretty good. So this is what we're using for Claire and Carter's 529 accounts. So when you do your paperwork, you can then make the decision on setting up your account. Now, you can do what I showed you. You can Google, find local, state-oriented, platforms, programs. You can, if you have a financial advisor, you can contact them and tell them that you want to open up a 529 account. It's typically not any more expensive to do it through a financial planner than if you do it on your own, because the fee structures will be the same. The financial planners typically make their money out of that fee structure, so it doesn't cost you anything extra. If your financial planner is charging you to open it, I'd maybe go look for a different financial planner. You can go directly to Capital Group American Funds, which is what we use. Walk through the process. It's super, super simple. And then when it gets into fund consideration, whatever platform or whatever program you're going to work with, you're going to want to look at the annualized returns. You're going to want to look for funds that have been around for at least 10 years so that you got 10 years of historical data on returns. And then you want to make a smart decision. I typically like to, the earlier I start something being growth, and then over time, maybe I'll work more into a balanced bond portfolio. I'm not really going to touch money markets. I have found with most carriers that the target date funds tend to significantly underperform the overall funds that are available. Now that may be different. I don't have all the data on all the funds. You can actually Google and do some research on some of those. Just be careful if you're not working directly with the funding website or through the state portal, because there's a lot of like affiliate websites out there whose only goal is to drive you towards the most expensive product so that they can make a kickback on it. Go straight to a trusted source. Capital Group is a huge financial organization. Or talk to your financial planner. If you run into any problems as you're setting up these accounts, feel free to reach out to your coach, reach out to me. We'll update the training if we're missing anything, and we are here to help you. All right, appreciate your time. Thank you.